So, welcome to this very important topic today in our forum, which is called the Expo Career Forum. As you know, this is an initiative to raise awareness about the exhibition and MICE industry amongst the young professionals who are going to be the future of workforce of our industry. And we all know that the exhibition industry offers diverse job roles, including event management, marketing, sales, logistics, and each role is focused on creating impactful experiences. The work profile is in this industry is very dynamic, and it requires a lot of creativity, innovation, attention to detail, and above all the passion to work. um, to tell us more about this informative job roles in our industry, we have with us distinguished speakers with us. Joining us is Ms. Rupa Nayak, the Executive Director of World Trade Center, Mumbai. And we have with us Mr. Sandeep Das, who is the Deputy Director General at Trade Promotion Council of India. And we have with us Ms. Pritima Bhardwaj, who is the CEO of Franchise India. Franchise India is a very renowned exhibition organizing company in the franchising domain. Ms. Rupa Nayak, who is representing World Trade Center. We all know World Trade Centers in all over the world. They have huge complexes giving office spaces and spaces for hosting events of all kinds. And then we have Mr. Sandeep Das, who is representing the Trade Promotion Council of India. I think it's a trade body under the aegis of the government of India. So it's great to have him on board with us today, and he will be able to shed a lot of light on this. First of all, welcome to all of our distinguished panelists. And for all the young professionals who have joined in today, do chat, network with each other, create a dialogue, and try to understand more about the MICE industry through this forum. So I'd like to begin with Mr. Sandeep Das. Hmm. Sandeep ji, first I would like to understand from you. Uh, Exhibition industry is huge. I mean, it is growing very rapidly in India. We have exhibitions across all domains. What message you would like to give to the young professionals who want to enter into this industry to start with, and why they should become a part of it?
Uh, First of all, thank you, Raghav, and good afternoon to the distinguished panelists. Uh, it's a very, important question that you've asked, Raghav, about exhibition industry. What currently we are seeing is exhibition industry is one such industry that actually fuel lot other industry through creating meeting places, through creating platforms for doing business, exchange of ideas, sharing knowledge, and then gradually grow their businesses. And people who are there in the exhibition industry, we are more like people who know some bit of the each industry, but we are not master of that industry, but still we are jack of all trades kind of a thing. And creating an exhibition today or an event today and creating more importantly meaningful event or meaningful platform is very important, because post covid what we are seeing is the industry is growing, the demand is there, so lots of platforms are there. Now coming to your question, why should young people, what do they expect from exhibition industry is, if they want to do something which is new every day. You have freshness of work every day. Do something new, understanding something new, and then convincing the expert who are better knowledgeable than you to come to your platform and give them value. That kind of a go-getter kind of attitude, if you have, you should come to the industry. While when you have a lot of exhibitions coming up, but there is also challenge. Challenge is that you won't have the right kind of manpower today. Demand is high, supply is less. So these are some of the things which everyone has to see. Young people should look at. It is a huge career opportunity, but at the same time, you should have right kind of attitude and right kind of mindset and right kind of aptitude to get into this industry.
Hmm. Absolutely. I mean, it's all a passion-driven industry. And Rupaji, what are your insights as a woman leader who has been in this industry since a long time, and you also have venue spaces for the interest of our audiences, I'd like to mention that exhibition industry stakeholders, there are multiple levels. So one is the organizer, then we have the venue, then we have the service providers, and then we have the participants and the attendees. So a lot of people, lot of segments are attached to it. And Rupaji, you are dealing with a lot of associations also. A lot of corporates are in touch with you. You are kind of a bridge between the corporates. So give us a little bit of insights into how the young professionals should look at it, and if they want to enter into this domain, what are the avenues for them?
So, Raghav, I think your question is really most timely. At a time when today job creation is one of the most important, probably one of the most important initiatives that need to be taken by almost every government, right from the sector of the center to the state government. So if you look at the industry alone, I feel that it's also like a trade promotion body, because not only do you provide a platform to create that kind of a collaboration between the manufacturers as well as the buyers or the distributors or agents, or for franchising, you have different avenues for collaborations. So you are, in fact, I mean, an exhibition organizer. I mean, I don't consider myself as an exhibition organizer, but since we have venues and we do have a couple of our own exhibitions, I think we are one of those forums where I would say a platform where we bring government, we bring the manufacturers, we bring the buyers, we bring the agents, we bring distributors from across different segments to come to one place. So there are many career opportunities, right from conceptualizing the exhibition, because every time you just can't have the same design. So designing the exhibition, change the look. You have to change the look all the time. So you need somebody who has that kind of a very innovative mindset. Then you have marketing. You need to change your marketing uh, strategies every time you're doing exhibitions. They can't be the same. You can't be selling the same thing. So you need very good people who can be marketing. In marketing, there is social media. In marketing, there is print and electronic media. In marketing, there's direct marketing. In marketing, there are so many different verticals. So if you look at it, there's a huge opportunity where communication is most important. But then coming to something really very technical, you need guidance, because if you're having foreign participants coming, you need to know a lot about like things like ATA Karne, you need to know things about taxes, you need to know about GST. There are so many other things which go into an exhibition, because if you're selling, you need to take various permissions, you need to have various compliances if it is food related. So all this advice that you give, if somebody, there's a body which can provide this service. So you train the young individuals to become a part of this huge industry. Let me talk to you from the point of view of a World Trade Center. I mean, a career in a Chamber of Commerce, or from a trade promotion organization, there are various verticals. You need to learn about global trade. So most important thing that today we need to know are the value chains. So all this knowledge comes to you where you not only get the knowledge, but you get paid to learn. And then you have avenues like the embassies or the consulates or even government bodies like the corporations. They hire you. You have so many career options once you know. So knowledge is the key. And trade promotion organizations, uh, exhibition organizers are one of the most critical areas where you can learn so much firsthand. You don't need to go outside and look into a book.
Mhm.
You just need to be there, part of it, and you go with the flow. It's like an ocean. I'm sure the
Mhm.
other panelists would agree with me.
Absolutely. These are really good insights, Rupaji. And you mentioned about the role of organizers. So I'll move to Pritima. Pritima, your shows are set new benchmarks in, I think, whatever shows we have done, more than 150 shows across India. So, what kind of candidates do you look for, and what is the kind of job opportunities you provide to young professionals? Please throw your insights on this.
Thank you, Raghav. I think you've asked a very important question because I think it's today's generation to actually know that what are the career opportunities, because in our times, like everybody knows, they were very limited and we used to only focus towards certain things. Now event has become one of the very prominent industries to grow from. However, I think the youth today, they don't know that how organized and segmented this sector is. And it's one of the most organized sectors, unlike saying that you have to work 48 hours and this that. I've been in this industry for 15 years now, and I came from an advertising background to from a very different background to here. And I think these 15 years I've enjoyed the most, and a complete work life family balance over here. So when we go to when we are looking for talent and we are hiring, so we have a lot of segments and sectors. So one important thing to know for the students today is that we have opportunities in all segments. If you're doing a specialization in HR is a very important factor in event industry. If you're doing something in event management, if you're doing designing, animation, event planning, if you're in strategy, or if you're doing a course in finance, all these aspects come together and make an event industry. If you're from the hospitality segment, hospitality is one of the most important segments when you are executing an event. So no matter what you're doing, I think event has an opportunity for everybody. So as we are speaking, my office is conducting interviews with IIM candidates of both Gaya. We are also interviewing candidates, students from Delhi University. We are also speaking to Jamia Millia University, because we are looking for content people. So we have opportunities in all segments. I divide this industry into four quadrants largely. The first is strategy. When you're planning an event, or you're thinking about an event, or you're thinking of new concepts, and you have to do market research and competition analysis. So people who are interested in research and strategies, it's a very good role for them. Second very important aspect is marketing. So when you're developing an IP, you have to understand what are other people doing, how are the international markets evolving, what segments are you touching, what are the kind of people you're wanting in the industry. So people who are interested in marketing, advertising, branding as a career, it's a great opportunity for them. A very, very important aspect, and I think 80% of the people in our segment is sales. So when you plan an event and you launch it, you have a very large number of people who reach out to the right people to participate in various capacities. Now, I would also say this is a great opportunity for people who want to interact with a lot of people. So, you go and meet the industry leaders, you meet whatever segment industry you're organizing, you get to meet a lot of segment people over there. And the fourth and the last is operations. Now, operations is also two kinds. So while we are into B2B segments, in B2B segment, operations is not very heavy. While I think a B2C segment, when you're doing, an event like Dilip Dosanjh or something, ops take a very heavy role. But in ours, it's a bit light, because operations normally comes when you're booking a venue, and then when you come to execution of the venue. So to put it together, this is a beautiful industry, and it's a great industry for youngsters to learn and grow, because you get exposure in the lot of segments. I would say candidates should take exposure not just in one segment. They should be a part of all segments, events, marketing, sales, whatever they get an opportunity in. Then see that what interests them more. You can only grow in an industry or a professional career where you find personal satisfaction and you enjoy doing what you are doing. The opportunities here are immense. I mean, earlier we never had large convention centers like the government is opening, WTC, Geo, Pragati Maidan. We didn't have opportunities to do large scale events. Now the opportunity is very, very large, and it's a great industry to be in at this point of time, especially when the government is also opening a lot of avenues.
Wonderful. I mean, those were some very good insights coming from you, Pritima. Now, coming to Sandeep, Mr. Das, when you are looking for new people in your organization, what are the key skills that, I mean, those are the critical things that you are looking for?
Well, as my fellow panelists have already mentioned, it's a very vibrant industry, and you have also already mentioned it's a passion-driven industry. So the first two things, which is very important, anybody joining into this industry, is one, that person has to have a passion for what he is doing. If people think that they are just going to do a certain part of the job and it does not have any significance in the overall scheme of the event, then it is wrong. Each and every effort made by each and every department or each and every segment, be it the marketing ones or the corporate communication team when they are designing the brochures, or the research and team when they are analyzing the market and identifying the key aspects of deliverables of your events. So all are doing their part of the job. At the end of the day, it is probably the sales who's or the operations teams who comes to the limelight when the event is getting executed. But at the end of the day, it's all each and every segment, be it marketing, be it the strategy, be it the planning, be it the designing. Everyone is important here.
Mhm.
So anybody who is joining in the industry should have a passion, and it's a very high energy industry. It's a high energy, it offers a high energy environment. So everybody has to come with a positive attitude. Sometimes you will have some kind of setbacks, with probably 10 no's come one yes, or maybe in a certain segment when you are doing an event, probably 5 events are not doing so well, and you have, if you put the right kind of effort and right kind of planning, then you will do a successful event. So failure is a thing which will keep you give you an opportunity to learn and not do the same, repeat the same mistakes. So one has to be very high energy level, very passionate, and one has to be open to do collaborative work in collaborative environment. When everybody has to collaborate, be it every stakeholder, be it the government, you have to take support from the government, be it the venue or your partners, the service providers who are doing it, your in-house people who are doing it. So it's a team, it's a complete team. You cannot have complete team within your organization, but each and every stakeholder who are working with you in creating an exhibition or an event, they are all equally important. So it's very important somebody who is coming to join this industry will come with an open mind and to do teamwork and collaborative thing. And one more interesting thing which is being offered by our industry is that you may not be in a leadership role, but this industry gives you opportunity to show your situational leadership role in every aspect. Suddenly something will go wrong. Somebody has to take the lead and get it sorted. Because in our industry, one thing cannot be changed, that is the date of the event. That is the only constant. Rest, all the things you can change, you can adjust, you can modify, you can increase your effort, you can reduce your effort, but date of the event cannot change. So keeping all these things in mind, these are some of the traits which I feel should be there in every individual or young professional who wants to come into this industry.
Absolutely. I mean, those are good insights. And I do believe that all kind of job functions which are there in different industries exist in our industry as well. So be it accounting, HR,
Everywhere.
sales, marketing, and then of course finance,
And
all kind of activities
and the
and job
good part,
functions are
Raghav,
there.
today is good part is that our industry today is a good paymaster compared to many other industry. So it's a
Hmm.
very good opportunity, and it gives opportunity to the young people to interact with probably the CEOs and CXOs and the other level, which they may not be doing in any other industry. They will fall into a situation where there is an assembly line kind of a production where they can only talk to their managers or to their subordinates, or
Hmm.
maybe in a good day they will be able to talk to their own CEO, but they don't
Absolutely.
get opportunity to talk to the CEOs from other
Yes.
organizations.
Absolutely, absolutely. Miss Naik, what are your thoughts about the kind of what is the work culture in our industry? I understand that work culture coming from you might differ from what maybe Pritima might have to suggest. So I'll ask the same question to her as well. So coming from your background, what is the kind of work culture and growth opportunity available for young professionals?
So as I told you, if you work with an organization like a World Trade Center, you get 360 degrees of the world, not just exhibitions or conferences, but you know everything. You come to know what are the different free trade agreements every country has. You come to know where the global trade is driving today. You come to know which country you should be targeting, because it's not just participating or organizing an exhibition, but you need to know how to coordinate with other countries. You also get to know how you should be probably marketing your own conferences. Because when you do a program, let me just give you an example. If you're doing a program, the most important thing for us is planning and coordination. budgeting, then comes marketing. First we have to make a budget. So we need, the culture is, I would say, like any other corporate house. But as he said very right, I mean, somebody said it, I think one of them said it, that you cannot change the date of an event. Once you plan something, you cannot change the date. So you have to work within that time frame. So somebody who has that kind of a team spirit, who can work together with a lot of other people and coordinate with them, that's very, very important for us. Venue management, managing the venue for an event is also very important for us. But on the whole, if you were to look at it, the work culture in any trade promotion organization, I would say, is wonderful. You get to know everything about almost the whole world. It's not restricted to just probably one conference, because there are so many different kinds of events that you do or programs that you do, and you are in touch with the government, you are in touch with the industry, you are in touch with the academics, you are in touch with the public. So you actually touch every segment of the community.
Mm. Absolutely, absolutely. And Pratima, maybe work culture, you can throw some more light on this aspect, because Mr. Sandeep also mentioned that you cannot change the date. So it means it is a little pressure-driven job, and maybe there are some uncertainties that may occur at any time. Crisis management is another aspect. So, what suggestion would you like to give to the young generation who are looking for maybe these kind of challenging situations? What can they expect in your organization?
Yeah, sure. So, yes, it's a yes and no. So every job is very time bound. When you're getting married, it's a time bound activity. When you have to join a college, it's a time bound activity. When you have to go for an entrance exam, it's time bound. So everything is time bound. It's not just event, and your life revolves around what you're really working for. But the positive point is that you have a whole group of people working for this. So you're not an individual. God forbid if you're unwell, but you have team players with you. So yes, it's a very time bound activity, and we make our lives around that. So if there's an event on Sunday, I will plan my everything around that event on a Sunday, and I would ensure that other things don't happen on that day. Having said that, it's a very, very organized industry, like I mentioned earlier. Most of my folks work from 10 to 5 or 10 to 6. I haven't seen people working very late night unless there is an event. When there's an event and there are setups happening, just like any personal function which happens at home, that then you have to do a lot of things, you have to do a lot of running around. At the time of the event, there are long hours required. Otherwise, it is all about planning and executing it the right way. Today, the fortunate thing is, unlike previous times, that we plan events a year in advance, 6 months in advance. So everything is going very, very organized. Then we have experts in each segments helping the young professionals do for what they are hired for. So it's most of the people in my organization. So in event business, while we have 1,500 people in events, only in events we have 300 people, and the top 10 people in my organization are females, and females mid-age professionals who have a family, who have kids, and they are managing it beautifully. I have about 40% girls working in my organization, and from all across the country, not just from where our main office is. The beauty of this industry is that, if you are a very introvert, you have opportunities which are very back end. If you are extrovert, you have a lot of travel opportunities, you have opportunities to meet a lot of people. So it's a very, very beautiful industry to have exposure in whatever you like to do. And like Sandeep said, that the payments are very good in this industry. I have seen, unlike other industries, this industry is growing tremendously. The pay scales are very, very good, very, very at par. You get to travel a lot. Even if you're doing a event in India, you go to a lot of other world events to see and get exposures. You get to meet a lot of people. You get to learn things which are not just related to what you are an expert in. If you are just a writer, but you also get exposure in other fields, because it's a lot of coordinating job with your team members. So it's a very, very organized segment and very beautiful sector to be in, provided you're hardworking and you have an entrepreneurial skill. So it's very entrepreneurial driven. So at events, things happen. So, you have to take last moment decisions. There are last moment crises which might happen. So you have to be very excited, enthusiastic, and you have to have that knack that I have to take this decision. It might be right or wrong, but this is what I have to do right now.
Absolutely. And what is the average growth like one can expect in your organization? A young professional, how soon can he grow?
So, rather, we rolled a program which was called a CEO program, and this was completely for MBA students. It's called a Client Engagement Officer. From 0 to 7 years, we have candidates who join as a Client Engagement Officer, but in 7 years, we make them a CEO of a particular project or a department. I haven't seen any other industry in 7 years people growing so quickly. It's a very, very, very high growth sector, provided that you fit in that segment very well.
Mm, amazing. I mean, you guys have some amazing work culture. Kudos to you. Sandeep ji, how does one manage stress in this industry? There is, of course, a little bit of chaos during the event, and for young person who is just joined the industry, it may get a little bit of a little too much sometimes to understand this dynamics. So, what suggestion you can give in in this direction?
See, stress is everywhere, Raghav. The point is how you are planning it and how better your planning is. It is this in this industry. One thumb rule is that, see, as I have said, if you have one success, maybe you will have 10 failures. So it is very important not to cover up the failures. Every time you see there is a challenge, either you try to solve it, go to plan B, or you discuss with your team, with your colleagues, with your superiors, with your even subordinates to go for alternate ways. This is one thing, it is very important. Otherwise, you will feel stressful every time. See,
Hmm.
deadlines are everywhere. Deadlines we have to meet. So it is very important how better you have planned before getting
Hmm.
into an event. If you go decide to do an event because somebody else is doing an event in this sector and it is successful, and you feel you can do it, which happens in our country of late, people without thinking, just because somebody else is doing well, we should get also do it, and they don't plan it properly and they fall into the trap. So
Absolutely.
the important is, if you have planned it properly and if you have not tried to cover up the mistakes uh, whenever it has happened and try to rectify it, then I don't think that kind of stress will be there. Stress is everywhere. And in our family
Hmm.
also, we have to manage work-life balance. Probably in our life, as our colleague has said, that it is there are many people who are doing it and they are doing it successfully. In our
Absolutely.
office also, if you see, in our organization, we have around 30%, 35% of female workers, and they have their young kids also, but they are able to do it. And when even during the event days, they are with us at the probably staying out of their home for 7 days, 8 days. That's how you are actually planning it. Stress,
Hmm.
if you are enjoying as a group, if there's a work culture in the organization, which where everyone feels that they are like a family, then this kind of stress actually goes out.
Absolutely. I think it's all boils down to collaboration. As Pritima also mentioned that it's a group activity and there are always your support mentors and there are your seniors to guide you in the right direction. Sometimes it happens that youngsters may get dejected or demotivated. They may take something on the personal front and then they may quit. So this is something which is not. I
One
mean,
thing,
it is because of the young generation. This they have this mindset of. But I think what guidance you guys have given them today is exceptional. I encourage all the young professionals to interact on the chat box, leave their queries if they have any. And finally, because we are just running short of time, I would like quickly move to Miss Rupa Naik for her last closing remarks. Anything, any message she would like to give to the young professionals?
Yes, of course, I'd like to tell all of them that this is one of the best places for them to begin their career with, because they can work anywhere if they worked here. I feel that they get complete information about any sector that they want to actually learn, right from marketing to HR, as she said very rightly. I mean, not just exhibitions, but trade organizations, World Trade Centers. They are one of the best platforms to come and learn about how to have your own career and make a career out of it. I have had people who worked with me who are working with international chambers of commerce today, or working with embassies, or working with deputy high commissions. They are in very high places. So these people were trained here, they got to know everything about the world. And that's how you open yourself to different opportunities across different regions. So I feel franchise or anywhere, you work here, you get a lot of experience. Even if you come as an intern, there's a lot to take back with you.
Yeah. So, well, thank you. Thank you so much to all our distinguished speakers for sparing their valuable time for the benefit of young professionals and doing this for us. Thank you so much and wish you all the very best for your continued success. Thank you.